Hey all, my name's Michael, welcome to the channel, and we're going to be getting into some 4chan stories. If you enjoy the video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Now, let's begin. Be Me, 24, junior graphic designer at pretentious marketing agency downtown. Company bowling night at Sunset Lanes, management trying to force team bonding. Somehow end up sharing lane with Madison, co-worker from accounting department. Always avoided her like plague because she's peak Instagram fitness influencer energy. Constantly posting gym selfies, talking about her personal trainer boyfriend. Brags about marathon times and how she meal preps for an entire week. Gives unsolicited advice about everyone's toxic lifestyle choices. But she did save my ass once when I fucked up expense reports. Spent hour after work fixing my mathematical disasters without judging. So maybe she's only 80% insufferable instead of complete write-off. Tonight she's weirdly subdued, not lecturing anyone about carb intake. Bowling alley smells like decade-old cigarettes and broken dreams. Cosmic bowling lights making everyone look like zombie rave. We start making fun of our creative director's terrible bowling form. She roasts my choice of neon green bowling ball. What are you, 12? That thing looks like a radioactive tennis ball. I mock her overly serious pre-roll stretching routine. This isn't Olympic competition, it's corporate mandated fun. She actually cracks up instead of getting defensive about athletic preparation. Wait, maybe I completely misjudged her sense of humor. 3 frames in plus sharing nachos that taste like cardboard and regret. We're swapping stories about worst client interactions. She admits to crying in bathroom after particularly brutal performance review. Thought I was crushing it. Turns out I was just crushing everyone's patience. I confessed to panic attack during big presentation last month. Spent 10 minutes talking about wrong project while client stared in horror. Bonding meter climbing from negative territory to actual human connection. Starting to realize she's genuinely pretty when not being fitness guru. Her laugh is contagious, smile completely transforms her face. Random event triggers without warning signals, bowling alley packed with multiple corporate groups and birthday parties, teenagers weaving between lanes like caffeinated pinballs, some college bro carrying pitcher of beer and basket of wings, clearly hammered, coordination completely compromised, bumps directly into Madison while she's lining up shot. Beer pitcher goes flying, wings scatter like confetti explosion. Soaks her white company polo completely through. Splashes onto rental shoes, creates puddle on polished floor. College bro keeps stumbling toward bathroom like nothing happened. Probably too drunk to register collision occurred. Madison stands frozen for 10 seconds processing the situation, then calls out loudly, "Excuse me, are you serious right now?" Entire bowling alley section turns to witness drama unfolding. Conversations halt mid-sentence, even terrible karaoke pauses. College bro slowly turns around, activates confused drunk smile. Whoa, what's the problem? Slurring words significantly. Madison gestures to beer-soaked shirt, chicken wing debris. "You just crashed into me and destroyed my clothes, asshole." College bro performs classic drunk dismissal shrug. "Accidents happen, chill out lady," then tries continuing bathroom mission. Madison's face shifts through several emotional stages rapidly. Confusion, disbelief, then pure righteous fury. She marches over, grabs his shoulder, spins him around. "You're not walking away from this, you need to apologize." College bro jerks away from her grip aggressively. "Get your fucking hands off me, crazy bitch." Magic trigger words activated, Madison's eyes narrow dangerously. I recognize this expression from Office Meltdowns, threat level critical. She winds up like softball pitcher, slaps him across face. Loud crack echoes through bowling alley, several people gasp. College bro staggers, more from shock than actual force. Recovers quickly, shoves her backward with both hands. Not violent push, just creating distance from aggressive person. Madison stumbles on slippery floor, falls backward dramatically, lands on ass next to scattered chicken wings, immediately starts wailing like professional mourner. "He attacked me. Everyone saw him attack me." Tears flowing like special effects department went overtime. Bowling alley manager appears instantly, clearly experienced in drunk drama. Heavyset woman with "I've seen everything" expression looks between crying Madison and confused college bro, raising hands defensively. "She hit me first, I was defending myself." Madison scanning crowd desperately for sympathetic supporters, makes eye contact with me, expecting automatic alliance. I shake my head slightly, mouth "no," while maintaining a neutral expression. Her victim performance falters momentarily, rage flashing through tears. Looks like she wants to attack me next, but calculates too many witnesses for another assault claim. Manager steps between everyone with tired authority. "Alright people, party's over, everyone needs to separate immediately." Outside parking lot feels like different universe. Cool night air cuts through bowling alley's stale atmosphere. I walk Madison to her car for damage control conversation. She continues sobbing, makeup creating modern art down cheeks. "He literally assaulted me in front of everyone." Me. "Madison, you slapped him first though." She stops crying instantly, wipes face with shirt sleeve, stares at me with laser focus intensity. "So you're taking some random drunk guy's side over mine?" Not question, statement delivered with icy finality. She gets in car, slams door, drives away without another word. I stand there processing entire clusterfuck situation. Whole weekend becomes anxiety spiral of epic proportions. Refreshing company email every hour expecting HR emergency. Checking LinkedIn for job postings just in case. Imagining Monday morning gossip nuclear explosion. Monday morning arrives with corporate dread energy. Madison gets called into HR director's office immediately, stays inside for over an hour, emerges looking shell-shocked, face combination of embarrassment and barely controlled anger. Office rumor network activates faster than wildfire, apparently received final written warning about professional conduct. Company cannot tolerate violent behavior at sponsored events. Basically last chance before termination for future incidents. Me and design team discussing in hushed tones. If any of us had slapped someone at company event, we'd be cleaning out desks. Universal agreement, only avoided firing because victim was external party. If she'd hit coworker, security would have escorted her out permanently. But something profound changed in Madison's core personality programming. Got reality check harder than final exam failure. Cancels expensive gym membership and personal trainer sessions. Instagram transforms from fitness content to generic landscape photos. Stops giving dietary advice during office lunch breaks. No more casual mentions of marathon training schedules. Stops correcting people's unhealthy food choices. Voice permanently adjusted to reasonable indoor volume. 4 months pass, she's completely different human being. Almost tolerable. Character development nobody anticipated. Total persona shift from wellness warrior to please like me. Asks for help instead of offering unsolicited improvement suggestions. Brings store-bought donuts for team every Friday. Never lectures anyone about sugar consumption anymore. Everyone cautiously optimistic but still watching for reversion. Like observing reformed addict, hopeful but prepared for relapse. She starts volunteering for extra accounting projects without complaint. Patient mentor instead of condescending fitness guru. Actually listens when people explain problems instead of offering workout solutions. 8 months later, fully integrated normal team member. Office atmosphere dramatically improved since personality overhaul. Even started dating quiet guy from IT department. Relationship seems genuinely healthy and non-competitive. No more aggressive health challenges directed at random coworkers. No more stories about toxic people she supposedly enlightened. Just a regular person who happens to bring decent coffee cake. Sometimes catch her looking mortified when someone mentions bowling incident. She never references it directly, clearly learned about consequences. One day she approaches me in break room during quiet afternoon. I never properly thanked you for not backing up my lies that night. Voice barely above whisper, genuine shame in expression. I was completely wrong. You saved me from making it worse. Me. Everyone makes mistakes. You've grown a lot since then. She nods slowly. Had to. Realized I was becoming unbearable person. Thanks for not enabling my worst behavior when it mattered. Strange moment of mutual understanding between former antagonists. She returns to IT boyfriend's desk area. I finish coffee, contemplating human capacity for change. Sometimes people need public humiliation to trigger self-improvement. Sometimes embarrassment serves as a necessary course correction. Sometimes most annoying coworker can become valuable team asset. All required was perfectly timed lesson about personal accountability. Madison's toxic era became unexpected growth opportunity, proof that even insufferable people can fundamentally transform. Just need a right combination of consequences and self-reflection. Now she's actually pleasant to interact with daily. Makes excellent lemon bars every other Friday, never mentions fitness routines or dietary restrictions anymore. Relationship with IT guy appears genuinely supportive. Complete behavioral modification successful beyond expectations. Sometimes wonder if entire incident was elaborate character arc, but more likely she finally learned appropriate social boundaries through trial by public embarrassment and professional intervention. 2 years later, she gets promoted to senior accounting specialist. Recognition for improved attitude and collaborative skills. Gives speech thanking team for supporting her personal growth journey. Doesn't explicitly mention bowling alley incident, but everyone knows. Talks about learning importance of humility and listening. Gets standing ovation from colleagues who remember old Madison. Even brings champagne to celebrate promotion with everyone, including me, guy who refused to validate her victim narrative. We toast to second chances and personal evolution. She pulls me aside afterwards. Seriously, thank you for keeping me honest. That night changed everything. I needed someone to not enable me. Glad it worked out. You're a completely different person now. She smiles. Better person, hopefully. 3 years post-incident, Madison married IT boyfriend. Small wedding, invited entire office including me. Gives maid of honor speech about learning from mistakes. Mentions how professional relationships taught her about authentic friendship. Doesn't name bowling alley specifically, but references rock bottom moment. Talks about importance of people who hold you accountable. Wedding cake has small bowling pin decorations as inside joke. She approaches me during reception. You're in speech because you mattered. Refusing to lie for me was best gift anyone ever gave. Me. Happy you found your way to better version. She hugs me. Couldn't have done it without honest friends. Dance floor fills with co-workers celebrating her transformation. Be me now, 27, senior designer who witnessed greatest workplace metamorphosis. Madison evolved from office nightmare to beloved team member. All because drunk college kid refused to apologize properly, and she learned actions have real consequences through public accountability. Moral of story. Sometimes getting humbled creates superior humans, even if delivery method involves bowling alley floors and chicken wing debris. Redemption arcs happen when people accept responsibility for growth. Madison proved anyone can change with right motivation and support system. Her toxic fitness influencer phase became foundation for genuine personality. Now she's happily married, professionally successful, and authentically likable. Proof that rock bottom can become launching pad for better life. Sometimes the worst public embarrassment leads to best personal development. Story 2. Be me, 23, junior accountant at insurance company downtown. Take same coffee shop route every morning before work. Notice this dude around my age always sitting alone looking miserable. Usually hunched over a laptop, occasionally wiping eyes with napkin. Everyone gives him wide berth like he's radioactive. Empty tables around him even during morning rush. Cafe never completely packed, but somehow he creates social dead zone. 5th time, seeing him having breakdown over whatever he's reading. Conscience does critical failure roll, guilt protocols activated, brain suggests offer basic human decency once, don't overcomplicate it, going to see him every morning anyway, might as well not be sociopath, approaches table with extra coffee I bought. Rough morning, thought you might need caffeine reinforcement. He looks up like I just spoke Elvish or something. Turns out he's freelance writer struggling with rejections from publishers, getting form letters instead of real feedback on his novel. I mentioned writing podcasts that helped friend through similar situation. His whole face lights up like I unlocked secret achievement. We exchange contact info for podcast recommendations, save him as coffee writer, and send 3 episode links. Starts with normal morning texts sharing writing resources. Then he discovers voice message feature and everything changes. First recordings are reasonable 2-minute thank you notes, actually kind of charming, articulate guy when not crying, start sitting near his table so we can chat during coffee breaks, maintaining friendly distance, not same table, just nearby. Week later, voice messages evolving into full audiobook chapters. 15 minutes about dream symbolism in his rejected manuscript. 20 minutes analyzing coffee shop barista's attitude toward him. Half-hour monologue about how publishing industry discriminates against real artists. Brain installing warning software, but still ignoring alerts. Now he's saving table next to his every morning. Waves me over enthusiastically whenever I enter cafe. Somehow located my LinkedIn profile and sent connection request. Never mentioned my last name, but apparently did some detective work. Initially flattered that he took interest in my professional life. Introduces me to the regular barista. This is Marcus, my writing mentor. Definitely some social anxiety mixed with possible personality disorder. Barista nods politely, continues espresso machine routine. First concerning flag, but still within acceptable human behavior. He tells other regular customers about our creative partnership. Elderly woman who reads newspaper daily gets full explanation. He's basically my literary agent now, while gesturing at me dramatically. Newspaper lady smiles but gives me concerned librarian expression. That's nice, dear. Be careful with the sensitive ones. All cafe regulars already maintain distance from him. Now he's bonded to me like persistent computer malware. Fake supportive smile while installing anxiety protocols. Next morning, text flood. Missed you at 8:30, everything okay? Took different route to grab bagel from different shop. Lie about dentist appointment running late. He responds that he waited 45 minutes just in case. Apparently started arriving hour early to guarantee our meeting time. Truth, deliberately avoided cafe to prevent another therapy session. Same day he posts Facebook status about finding real friend who understands art. Tags me without permission in emotional post about creative souls. Don't remember agreeing to be his public testimonial. Creates shared Google Doc titled Our Writing Projects. Adds my name as collaborator on his personal novel drafts. Flashback to college roommate who pulled similar boundary violations. Ended with me changing dorms and blocking his social media. Thought I developed better instincts about recognizing warning signs. Time for diplomatic intervention before situation deteriorates. Planned conversation at neutral location during busy afternoon. Public setting with witnesses, safe space for difficult discussion. Explain clearly, appreciate friendship but need personal space. Not interested in being writing partner, just casual coffee acquaintance. His smile freezes like lagging video game character. Eyes shift between confusion and something resembling betrayal. Voice becomes monotone. But you're my only real supporter. Me. I'm not your supporter, we barely know each other. He stares like error message loading in his brain. Danger level approximately equivalent to nuclear warning. Instead of respecting boundaries like reasonable person, he escalates dramatically. Next day, wearing identical flannel shirt to mine. I have several similar shirts from same store. He claims this proves we're intellectually synchronized. Brings me printed copy of his latest chapter for professional review. Deliberately brushes my shoulder when handing over papers. I stop responding to messages, hoping he'll understand a hint. Voice recordings continue flooding my phone regardless. Daily affirmations. Remember you're talented too, and stay hydrated. Don't work late tonight, it's our creative recharge evening. Mute notifications, voicemail becomes a repository of mental illness. For reference, he's not someone you'd want as friend normally. Obviously has unresolved psychological issues beyond writer's block. After work Friday, meet colleagues at brewery for happy hour. Coworker posts group selfie on Instagram, I am partially visible. Somehow he finds photo, screenshots, sends interrogation text, demands explanation for lying about availability when I could have been writing. Must be monitoring everyone I follow on social media constantly. Friend requests all my coworkers with private Instagram accounts. Messages my work buddy, Marcus doesn't always share his schedule. Are you helping him manage his creative time too? Colleague calls me confused. Who the hell is this guy? Start avoiding cafe entirely by getting coffee from office vending machine. He adapts by showing up at nearby restaurants during my lunch break. Calls these encounters serendipitous meetings with artistic destiny. Emails me detailed calendar invitation for weekly creative collaboration, schedule blocks, inspiration time, and manuscript feedback session. I delete without responding. He emails, "We'll sync when you're ready." Feeling like he appointed himself my unpaid literary manager. Run into him at grocery store despite shopping different neighborhood. Attempts conversation about fate bringing us together again. I pretend urgent phone call, walk away quickly, doesn't work. He follows me through produce section, pulls out notebook, writes message while trailing behind. Shows me page, "You seem stressed, I'll handle your creative deadlines." I don't have any creative deadlines, we're not collaborating on anything. Abandon shopping cart, exit through emergency door, start discovering weird items left at my apartment building. Printed poem about artistic friendship, taped to mailbox. USB drive containing his complete manuscript collection. Sticky notes with the motivational writing quotes on my car windshield. He's marking territory like dog claiming fire hydrant. Escalation reaches concerning new developmental stage. Finds my work address somehow, sends flowers to office reception. Card reads, "For my writing partner on his birthday." It's not my birthday. HR asks questions about inappropriate gifts. Follows my mother on Facebook, comments on her photos. Marcus talks about you constantly, can't wait to meet. Sends LinkedIn messages to my professional connections. Asks about collaborating on projects with Marcus. Coffee shop stalking has evolved into comprehensive life infiltration. Document everything. Screenshots, printed emails, saved voicemails. Building security receives his photo with no soliciting restrictions. Boss allows work from home days to avoid office encounters. Recommends keeping detailed log for potential legal action. Vary my daily routes randomly. Avoid predictable patterns. Wear different clothes, baseball cap, sunglasses for camouflage. Feel like starring in amateur detective thriller movie. Encounter him at original cafe despite weeks of avoidance. He's stationed with a laptop and printed manuscript. Approaches immediately. "I've been waiting, we need creative consultation." Me. "Stop following me everywhere, this behavior is completely unacceptable." His expression doesn't change, voice becomes artificially cheerful. "You'll feel more inspired once we formalize our partnership." Circular argument logic bounces off his delusion shield. Start carpooling with coworker to avoid public transportation entirely. Should have made this change months ago before escalation. Doorbell 6 a.m. Saturday, check apartment security camera. Him standing with coffee tray and manila envelope. Voice through intercom sounds rehearsed and manic. Brought our usual drinks and my latest chapters. You changed your routine, but consistency helps creativity. We can brainstorm better at your place. Hands shaking, voice steady through door speaker. Activate formal legal language mode. Do not contact me through any communication platform. Do not visit my residence or workplace facilities. Do not follow my movements or wait at locations. Future contact constitutes harassment and will involve law enforcement. Slide official cease contact letter through mail slot. Includes copy of building's restraining order application. File police report with evidence folder, get case number, notify neighbors about potential trespassing issues. Month passes without direct contact, cautiously optimistic. Return to normal coffee shop with different timing. Barista mentions he still comes daily asking about my schedule. Shows me disturbing social media post he made. Photo of empty table with caption, waiting for my writing partner. Tagged my Instagram handle despite me never following him. Forward to police, response, documented with existing case. 3 months later, see him through cafe window. He's approached different customers, showing manuscript pages. Young woman looks uncomfortable, keeps checking phone, want to warn her but don't want to restart contact. Hope she has better boundary instincts than I demonstrated. 6 months later, barista updates me on his situation. Apparently, he'd been harassing multiple customers similarly. Cafe management finally banned him after complaints accumulated. Also got fired from his part-time bookstore job for similar behavior. Seems like pattern of inappropriate attachment to random people. Year later, mutual acquaintance mentioned seeing him at writing conference. Still trying to network, but people avoid him immediately. Reputation for boundary violations spread through local writing community. Publishers rejected him not just for poor writing quality, but because other writers warned about his unstable behavior. Feels like justice served, but also tragic waste of potential. Mental health system failed him, creative dreams became obsession. 2 years later, completely forgotten about situation, browsing LinkedIn, see connection request from familiar name, different photo, professional headshot, but definitely him. Profile shows he's moved to different state, working corporate job, brief moment considering whether people can change fundamentally, remember months of harassment, delete request immediately, some bridges should stay permanently burned for safety, learned a valuable lesson about offering help without boundaries. Kindness requires wisdom about when to disengage completely. Now, I avoid helping strangers who seem emotionally unstable. Trust initial instincts about people who isolate themselves. Sometimes, loneliness results from pattern of inappropriate behavior. Now I'm an experienced adult who learned expensive lesson. Good intentions can backfire spectacularly without proper caution. Some people need professional help, not amateur friendship. My naive generosity created months of psychological terrorism, but taught me crucial skills about documentation and legal protection. Moral of story: observe how others treat someone before engaging. Social isolation often happens for legitimate protective reasons. Trust community wisdom about problematic individuals always. Sometimes the person crying alone has earned their solitude. Compassion should include self-preservation and boundary respect.